Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for clicking. This is Joanna. In today's video I'll be showing you how to make this beaded slipper. Let's get straight to the tutorial. So this is how we are going to make it. I've already beaded one side. This is how we are going to make it. This is the slipper and this is the other side, which we've not done anything to it. I have my satin bias, I have a petal bead, I have a needle, I have 0.25 of the fishing line, a pair of scissors, and then the seed bead of size 2. And then I also have a pearl bead of 4 mm and then another of 2 mm. We are going to be using to just be adding beauty to that of the slipper. So these are the materials that you are going to be using for the tutorial. Let's get straight to it. Okay guys, so I'm going to cut about 25 inches of the satin bias. I'm going to cut about 25 inches of the satin bias, which of course I'm going to be using to wrap around that of the slipper. So guys, I have a video on how to cover your slipper with a satin bias. I'll leave a link in the description box. Check it out. And this is also another way of covering your slipper with satin bias. So I just placed the first of all, place the satin under the slipper like this. Hold it firmly and then wrap the satin bias around that same area like this. I'll repeat it again like this. Make sure it is firm. Then I'll start to move upward. This is simple. I'll start to move the satin upward like so. Place it under the slipper, the side of the slipper, and then pull it up like this as you wrap along. Go up like this and then pull it under the slipper like so. Now when you get to the middle part of the slipper, this is how I go about it. Place your satin under it like this and then pass it to the other side of your slipper, the side of your slipper like so, and then place your satin bias under it like this and pull it up and continue to wrap downwards Make sure the satin is tight or firm on the sides of the slipper. This is simple. If you don't get the explanation, look at what I'm doing and you'll be able to make it. Better still, check the description box or the comment section for the detailed tutorial on how to cover your slipper in my other video. When you get to the end, use your lighter or the matches that you have to bend out the edge of or the end of the satin bias to avoid it from fraying away. Bend it out like this with your lighter or your matches to avoid it from fraying away. After that, fold the bias in like 1 centimeter like so, and then place it on top of the end of the slipper like what I'm doing. Fold it in like this and then place it on top of it like so. Then get your needle and then thread it with your fishing line. Thread it with your fishing line with one side of the fishing line being longer than the other side. We are not going to make a knot at the end. Just make sure one side of the fishing line is longer than the other side. After that, pass your needle through where you folded on the slipper and then pierce through it. Leave a little piece of the fishing line at the end like so, and then pass your needle through the same area that you earlier passed your needle through it. Repeat it like 3 times like this. Now leave a little loop and then pass your needle back through it like so. After that, go up and then sew to join that of the folded satin bias and then the one you've already wrapped on the side of the slipper. I hope I'm making sense. Okay, so that's exactly what I mean. So after you've sewn the folded side of the satin on that of the side of the slipper, pass your needle back through the satin, create a loop, and then tie it up like this. Repeat it by passing your needle through it, creating a loop, and then passing your fishing line back through it. So now that you've done with it, cut the excess of the fishing line out, and then pass your needle back through the satin to get to that of the edge or the end of the side of the slipper like so. This is where we are going to start with our beading. So guys, this is it. This is how we are going to start with our beading. Just as how we started with this side of the slipper, we are going to string 5 of the seed beads. You are going to string 5 of the seed beads. Now this is not compulsory, this is optional. Depending on how full you want the bead to be on the slipper will determine the number of beads that you are going to pick. So this is how I want it to look on it. So I'm stringing 5 beads. This method is normally called filling. So I'm going to string 5 beads just as you see me doing. Okay guys, now from one end of this side of the slipper, I'm going to pass my needle through the opposite end of the side of the slipper like this and pull out my fishing line. I'll continue to string 5 beads again. I'll continue to string 5 beads again, and then I'm going to pass my needle through the opposite end of the side of the slipper like this, very close to the earlier beads on the side of the slipper. Go ahead and then string another 5 beads and then pass your needle through the satin bias at the opposite end of it. So you'll be going back and forth like so. Make sure they are closer to each other. That will create that of your fullness of the beads on the side of the slipper. Okay guys, so this is exactly the steps that you're going to be repeating until you have to add that of the pearl beads on it. So let's move on with it. Just pick 5 beads and then pass your needle through the opposite side of where the fishing line starts and go back and forth, making sure that you pass your needle very close to the earlier beads on the slipper to make it very full and beautiful on it. So let's get straight to it. Alright guys, so at this point I'm going to be adding that of the white pearl bead to it. So that's it. I have only 3 of them that I'm going to be adding to it. So I'll first of all pick 3 of the seed beads like this, and then I'll add 1 of the white bead. Then I'll go ahead to add the extra 2 beads. Remember, we are picking 5 of the seed beads like this. Okay, just as we were doing, I'll then pass my needle through the opposite side of where the fishing line is, like so. Then from here, I'm going to continue with our normal picking of the 5 seed beads and then going back and forth on the sides of the slipper. So pick 5 of the seed beads just as I've done, and then pass your needle very close to the other or the earlier beads on it. Then pick another 5 beads and repeat it till you reach where we are going to be adding another of the white pearl bead on it. So repeat it. Okay guys, so that's it. So just as we did earlier, I'm going to pick 3 of the seed beads and then pick 1 of the white pearl beads like this, and then pick another 2 of the seed bead, making it 5 plus that of the white pearl bead. Then I'm going to pass my needle through the opposite side of the slipper like so, and then continue with picking of the 5 seed bead. Okay guys, so go ahead and then string your 5 seed beads and then pass your needle through the opposite side of where the fishing line is, very close to the already string bead on the slipper or on the side of the slipper, and repeat it till you reach the middle of the slipper. Repeat stringing 5 of the seed beads and then going back and forth till you reach the middle part of the slipper. Okay guys, so upon reaching this part, this is where we are going to be attaching that of the flower bead that we have in the middle of the slipper. So that's it. Before we attach this particular flower on it, just as it's on the other slipper like this, we are first of all going to be passing our needle through the starting bias up to the center of the like this, up to the center of the or the middle of the slipper. So guys, after getting to the middle of the slipper, pick your flower bead and then pass your needle through the back of it like this, and then go ahead and then pick 1 of the blue pearl beads like this, and then pass your needle back through that of your flower bead, making the blue pearl beads being in the center or the middle of it. After that, pass your needle through the satin bias quite away from that of the flower bead so that you'll be able to continue that of your filling of the seed beads on the side of the slipper. So upon reaching the other side, just as we fill the other side of the slipper, exactly so, we are going to string 5 beads and then continue with that of our filling. String 5 beads and then pass your needle through the opposite side of where the fishing line is like so, and continue your filling. Make sure you make it tight. String another 5 beads and then pass your needle very close to the first string bead on the side of the slipper like this, and repeat it till you decide, or repeat it until when you want to add a pearl bead to it. String 5 beads just as I'm doing, and then pass your needle very close to the first bead on, the first string bead on the side of slipper, and then go back and forth on it, like so. So guys, just as I've stringed 5 beads, I'm going to pass my needle through the opposite side of where the fishing line is, very close to the already string bead on it, and then continue by stringing and then going back and forth on it until maybe you reach where you want to add your pearl bead. So this is very simple. When it comes to beading a slipper with filling. This is simple. String 5 beads, pass through the opposite side of where the fishing line is, very close to the already string beads on the side of the slipper, and then repeat till your desired length. So guys, like I said, I've gone back and forth stringing the seed beads up to this point. So at this juncture, I'm going to be adding one of the pearl bead to it. So I'm going to pick 2 of the seed beads and then add 1 of the pearl beads. And I'm going to pick another 3 beads, making it 5 of the seed beads and then a pearl bead. Then I'm going to pass my needle through the opposite side of where the fishing line is, very close to the already string beads on it, like so, and then continue stringing 5 of the beads and then going back and forth on the side of the slipper. I string 5 beads and then I pass my needle very close to the already string 5 beads on it, and then make sure that this is firm on, you pull your fishing line to make it firm on the side of the slipper. Continue repeating this to the very end of the side of the slipper. This is simple. Leave a comment on how you understood this or how you enjoy doing this in the comment section. If you didn't understand anything, say it in the comment section and I'm going to attend to you. And then again, hit the subscribe button if you're not yet joined this family. Like this video if you enjoyed watching the tutorial, and then share this video to your friends and family, and let's grow this channel and then this family together. Repeat stringing and going back and forth on the side of the slipper till you reach the very end, just as I said earlier. So like I said, this is very simple. Okay guys, so we are done with this. If you enjoyed watching this tutorial, like I said, give this video a thumbs up because I think it deserves it. So after reaching the very end of it, you're going to be stringing, I think, our last 2 or our last string of 5 beads on it. Pass through the immediate opposite side of the slipper, very close to the earlier string beads on it, like so. So like I said, I think this is our last bead, so you're going to tie the fishing line. Pass your fishing line through the setting bias like this, leave a little loop like this, and then pass your needle back through it to tie it. Repeat this for say 3 times. By passing your fishing line through the setting bias, leave a little loop and then pass your needle back through. Repeat it like 3 times before cutting off the excess of the fishing line. So if we are able to do this, leave it in the comment section. Check me out on Instagram at Anala Creations, on Facebook Anala Creations, and then follow me on all those social media platforms. Let's get social. Thank you for watching.